Hey everybody, welcome to this week's edition of Staying Connected. I've got Doug and Shelly Kallestad here. I wanted to just have some time to have them share for you guys to see them. It's been a while since they've been here. Hey, welcome to CCTO, you guys.
Great to see you, Joe. It's great to be
Really
here
good
with
to
you.
see you.
Hey, it's been a crazy year, and we've had a lot of time, Doug, just in conference calls and Zoom meetings, all kinds of things. But why don't you guys share a little bit about how it's been for you guys in Chile and the churches just with the IAM movement?
Well, it just as it has been everywhere. It's been definitely a challenging year. We've had to go in our particular local church at the Oriente Church. We've had to go all online, and we have not been able to meet because of the protocols that the government has put in place. So we almost started. We for about a month we were just ready to meet together again, and then we got put into quarantine again. So right now, all of this started for us really in October of 2019 because we had social unrest and we had martial law in place, and then that started to end. And in March, the COVID hit. So then we got put into quarantine. We were about 5 months in total quarantine, and then they started relaxing a little bit some of the rules, and we got to that point in December of almost being able to meet again, and then we went back into quarantine. So but it's been amazing. I mean, even in the midst of the difficulties that the pandemic has caused, we've seen God working. We've seen the churches growing. We started out this year with our first two Sunday services with new baptisms. So that was really cool.
That was really awesome. It's really been fun to see the younger generation step up, because if it were up to me and Doug to make this whole thing happen online, it would be a zero. But it's been so cool to see the kids. I mean, we call them kids, they're 20s, 30s, but they're putting together this online stuff, and it's almost like God is he's opened these new doors to possibilities that maybe were always there, but we didn't really capitalize on. And so even with all the crazy restrictions going on, you see God being glorified in new and really exciting ways. And the funny thing now is we have these phases. You get phase 2, phase 3, and then they start changing what the requirements are. So it's like right now during the week, we can go out of our homes and whatnot, but we can't gather. There's all kinds of restrictions. But on the weekends where we can't go out of our homes without a permit. So it's like, and then every week they bounce you to not every phases. Week, but you can potentially be bounced to a different phase, which they kind of tweak and redefine as they've been going. So it's kind of been a crazy, but really, really exciting to see God move in it in just such unexpected ways. So we're just really excited, especially like I say, with these generations coming up and seeing potential in people that maybe we didn't realize was there. Creativity, just really different things that are God's using in really exciting ways.
Yeah, so you guys are doing everything basically online at this point still, right? Then completely.
Yeah, right now all of our services are online. Even our small groups we have a couple of small groups that are meeting, but at this point in time in the area that we live, you can only gather 5 people.
Okay.
You can't have more than a gathering of 5 people. So most of our small groups are larger than that. So we do it by Zoom. We have our courses, classes, Bible studies by Zoom. And all of our services are online on YouTube. So we've just had to, like Shelly said, had to be more creative and do things different ways. It's been a great time of being able to minister to our community as well, through donations from the church itself, from organizations like IDES and other churches. We've been able to continue handing out different food baskets pretty much on a monthly basis. We've had a couple of opportunities to have a soup kitchen open. We can't do it right now because of the restrictions on gathering, but there have been different points where we've been able to use the church building that way and have people come by and get a hot lunch. So that's been good. We've kept up with all of our teams in Ecuador and Peru and southern Chile through meetings on Zoom, and each country has different protocols. So right now, for instance, Ecuador, they're meeting together. They have all of their church services going, not to full capacity, but they are, and they're doing really, really well. One thing that's really exciting is that the first couple will be he's a Colombian and his wife is a Brazilian. They've been living in Ecuador for over the past year in training, and they are being sent out on March 1st to Colombia to start our first ICI IAM church in Colombia. So the Ecuadorian churches are doing that, and just exciting because, you know, in the midst of the pandemic, that hasn't stopped God from operating, stopped his kingdom from growing, and our churches are part of that. And so they're sending out that family, just a wonderful, wonderful family that has many years of ministry experience. At the same time, we have another family that were in Ecuador for 13 years, Marcelo and Sandra Puentes. They 2 years ago moved to Paraguay, and this year during the pandemic, they started their first church in Paraguay. So they have a church about 25, 30 people that are meeting together in a home, and it's just exciting to see how God just continues to move.
Yeah, it's super cool. This means now, I mean, for IAM, ICI, this is just in South America, will be in 5 countries then. So
Correct.
yeah, it's been a blessing to see the expansion of the kingdom, and just seeing reports from all of that stuff's been really incredible. Yeah. You know, it's incredible how God works in all of this time. We look at times like this of, you know, man, can we make it through this? Is there anything ever going to be the same again? And I keep saying, I hope it's not exactly the same again, right? Maybe God's waking us up to use us in a different way and preparing us for what's happening. You know, and I think you guys see that too. Yeah,
exactly. I don't think it will go back to being the same, and that's okay. You know, but as a church and as a movement, we need to adapt with those changes as well,
right?
And see how God will use us and move in even greater ways. So.
Right. Yeah. Well, it's incredible. Well, it's really great for you guys. I appreciate you guys just giving a quick update to the CCTO family. And God bless you guys. We love you guys so much.
Thank you, Joe. We love you guys too. Thank you.
Far away.
Thank you so much for your love, support,
encouragement,
your prayers. We feel it, and we are so grateful.